What's up, everybody? It's Brentendo here. Got myself a new little microphone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me pretty clearly here. Today, I simply just wanted to talk about some of these crazy new megas coming out with Pokemon Legends Z-A. There's a lot of talk going on about it, and I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on them. And let's just get right into it. So, I see here we have a lot of new megas to talk over today. Today we're going to go ahead and start with Mega Clefable. Its Pokédex entry says it flies by using the power of moonlight to control gravity within a radius of over 32 feet around it. Tell me how that makes sense. It has these gigantic wings, but is using gravity to fly. And it now gains the flying type. Huh? And then it has like this chef hat or something on top of its head. It's not a bad design, but why would it use gravity to fly if it has gigantic wings? Then scroll down a little bit here. I'm gonna try to share my screen with the computer so we can see the megas together. We've got Mega Victory Bell. I like this one. This one's actually pretty cool. It keeps its grass poison. Its Pokédex entry says the volume of this Pokemon's acid has increased due to Mega Evolution, filling its mouth. If it's not careful, the acid will overflow and spill out. I think it's pretty cool. The design is a little sus. We were making fun of it. But I think it's actually pretty cool. Not bad. I like the leaves. I like the design. It overall keeps its look. It just gets this new cord wrapped around its throat. And then these leaves on the back of its head. So, overall, not too bad. Now, here's the abomination. Mega Starmie. It's still water psychic. Its Pokédex entry says its movements have become more human-like. Whether it's simply trying to communicate or wants to supplant humanity is unclear. When I first saw the leaks, I thought this was a joke. There's no way they were gonna release this, right? Somebody just made this up. Turns out, it was the actual design. I think they could have done way better. They could have lengthened its legs, made it look a lot more crazier. But instead, they just lengthened its legs all right, and they just gave it legs. I've seen rumors, not really rumors, but I've seen a post where there was this old Japanese folklore movie with this star with an eye in the middle of it. It's this movie about these extraterrestrials that kind of look like this. I'll try to post it up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And they were saying that that's where the design came from. So, it's still kind of weird. I don't know if I'm going to be trying to. I'm probably still going to shiny hunt it, But moving on. This is one of the first megas that was announced, the Mega Dragonite. It still keeps its dragon and flying typing. And the Pokédex entry says Mega Evolution has excessively powered up this Pokemon's feelings of kindness. It finishes off its opponents with mercy in its heart. So it's gonna hyper beam you with all of its mercy. Yeah, I guess it's gonna try and have mercy on you, so it's not gonna kill you, but it'll finish you off. Not much to say here. You can definitely tell that they took from Dragonair's design by putting its wings back on its head. I kind of like the reference. You can even see a little bit of wings or a little bit of feathers here on its arms and the back of its legs. Pretty cool. Overall, not a super crazy design. It also gets another pearl on its tail in resemblance to its pre-evolution Dragonair. So that one's pretty cool. Like I said, nothing so crazy. Here we have one of the Mega starters, Mega Meganium. I don't know what I was really expecting here. It basically just got more flowers. and it has like this little loop in its antenna here. It also gained the fairy typing. Pokédex entry says this Pokemon can fire a tremendously powerful solar beam from its 4 flowers. Excuse me. Another name for this is Mega Sol Cannon. So basically, it can fire a big solar beam because it has all of these big flowers now. And that's basically it. I mean, nothing crazy here. I guess probably what I expected. Could they have done better? You know, I mean, it's Mega Meganium. Like, they got more flowers. So moving right on here to this one, Mega for Alligator. I have a love-hate relationship with it, and I'm glad that they incorporated this picture here. It gained the dragon type. Makes sense. It's a big alligator, crocodile. It says, Pokédex entry says, with its arms and hood-like fin, this Pokemon forms a gigantic set of jaws, with a bite 10 times as powerful as Mega for Alligator's actual jaws. So, I have a love-hate relationship with Mega for Alligator. This right here, in its normal position, it just doesn't look good. It just looks weird. It looks like it has a big, I don't know if you've ever seen like those fighter jets when it has like the hood open and it's like coming down like that. Like it looks like it just has like a big flap open here. To me, like I remember seeing a post on Instagram when they were saying that it should have been like a little lower, more like a hoodie instead of straight up like a sail. Because it just looks weird like this. But as you can see here, when it comes down and it starts to look like a gigantic Totodile, I gotta admit, it actually looks pretty cool. I do like how this looks when it like puts its arms down and the shell clamps down over its head. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't mind this design when it's down like this. Now, either it should have stayed like this, or like I said, it should have just been up a little bit, not straight up like this. They did them a little bad with this here, but overall, pretty cool design. I don't mind it. I'm actually I haven't played Z-A yet, but when I do, I'm definitely gonna start off with Totodile. Now this kind of surprised me. This looks like what I think a Mega Pokemon should look like. Mega Skarmory keeps his steel and flying type. Says it flies faster than the speed of sound. After whipping up shockwaves to send enemies flying, it finishes them off with its talons. This, I think, is what like a Mega Pokemon should look like. It keeps its natural design, but it just looks really cool. It looks like it's on edge, like it's on steroids, like it just got crazy. And it just looks sick. I really like this design. The talons are huge. It's more razor-like. I very much approve of Mega Skarmory's design. Moving down here, we have Mega Frostlass. Keeps its ice and ghost typing. Its Pokédex entry says, this Pokemon, just making sure my mic is on, this Pokemon can use eerie cold air imbued with ghost energy to freeze even insubstantial things such as flames or the wind. Pretty cool. And here, I think it looks cool. It looks like an ice witch, basically what Frostlass is supposed to be. It's like floating on a cloud. You know, you can picture it coming out of the mist or it's like the snow mist, snowstorm coming out looking like this. It's pretty cool. It's got some ice horns here and everything. Overall, I think that's a pretty good Mega design. Here we have one of the next starters. Here we have Mega Ambor, one of the next starters. I think this design is pretty cool. It goes off of the regular design. It gave it like a fire staff. It kind of looks like a tribe leader. You know, kind of what Ambor almost looks like. Kind of looks like he's a leader of a tribe. Pokédex entry says it is brandishing a blazing flame shaped like a serpentine spear. It rushes in to rescue its imperiled allies. So yeah, so it's like a tribe leader, warlord type design, and I think overall it's a pretty cool Mega. I am more of a fan of Totodile and just the Totodile line. I'm a big Fralligator fan, so I will be choosing Fralligator over this, but overall I think it's a pretty good Mega. Mega Escadrille. This design, I mean, I guess what more would you expect from a Mega Escadrille? Not too sure. They just emphasized its drills, so when it puts them together, it can form a big drill. Pokedex entry says if this Pokemon brings its arms and head together to form a streamlined shape and spins at high speeds, it can destroy anything. So yeah, basically like a huge, gigantic drill. Overall, I give the design, I'd say like a 6 out of 10. I know I didn't rate the other ones, so I'm probably going to go back and do that. But I don't really, it's not that big a deal to me. Like, I'm probably not going to have it in my team. It's not that crazy. It's pretty alright. Mega Scolipede, I think this was kind of weird. Looks like it has gained some armor, kind of like one of those big like winter coat hoodies type design, along with some armor along its neck, and then its horns are a little more exaggerated. Nothing too crazy. Pokedex entry says its deadly venom gives off a faint glow. The venom affects Scolipede's mind, honing its viciousness. It just makes it more vicious. As you can see, you can see a little bit of neon green coming in. That's probably the glow that's talking about. Overall, I'd give it again probably like a 6 out of 10. Nothing too crazy. I don't really. Again, I probably wouldn't be rushing to put it on my team. But overall, pretty okay Mega. Mega Scrafty. I actually don't mind this one. I think the hoodie looks pretty cool. It keeps the baggy pants look. I think it suits its design. It kind of makes sense. Maybe it could have been a little bit more, but overall, I think it's a pretty low-key Mega. It keeps its dark and fighting type, and its Pokedex entry says Mega Evolution has caused Scrafty's shed skin to turn white, growing tough and supple. Of course, this Pokemon is still as feisty as ever. So it looks like it's his shed skin that just hardened. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. I actually wouldn't mind having this on my team. I think it's a pretty cool design. I'll give it like maybe like a 7, 8 out of 10. But yeah, pretty basic. I'd like to know what a shiny looks like. Probably gonna shiny hunt all of them. Anyway. But yeah. Mega Electros. I thought this design was pretty unique. They love that they have a picture here to give you a more streamlined look at it. It keeps its solo electric type. And then this Pokedex entry says it now generates 10 times the electricity it did before Mega Evolving. It discharges this electricity from its false electric, which is its pre-evolution, which are made of mucus. So it is a big mucus jet. It's kind of gross. But overall, it is pretty cool. It does look like it has 2 big jet engines here. And looks like the one on the right is a plus sign referencing to positive, and the left negative. I think that's a pretty cool hint at it being an electric type. And here we have a more streamlined version here. I think that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having this on my team. I like this wild kind of crazy design here. It's really exaggerated. It has a lot going on. I like Megas like that. I think it looks pretty cool. Mega Chandelure. Again, this one, I don't know. This one kind of looks just like a lazy design, kind of like Mega Starmie, where it's just a chandelier, and then they just added another chandelier underneath it and called it a Mega. Pokedex entry says one of his eyes is a window linking our world with the afterlife. This Pokemon draws its hatred and converts it into power. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be rushing to have this on my team. It's has a really high special attack, but it's nothing crazy. I mean, they just added some more another chandelier underneath it. So I give this one like a 4 out of 10, to be honest. It's really not that big a deal. Mega Chestnut, the third and final starter. It keeps its grass and fighting type. Pokedex entry says it has fortified armor and a will to defend at all costs. Both are absurdly strong. That's basically it. It's basically Chestnut with a lot more armor. Again, nothing crazy. It has kind of like a cape. Nothing crazy. To me, definitely my least favorite starter out of the trio. Yeah, I give this one like a 6 out of 10. Nothing huge, nothing big changed about it. Moving on. Mega Delphox. Oh, I'm sorry. Mega Chestnut is not one of the starters. The starters are Meganium, Emboar, and Froligator. These are the, I guess, the extras that, the X and Y starters that you can get with the paid Mega Evolution stuff. We'll talk about that later. Well, we have Mega Delphox. It's kind of emphasizing its, rich kind of design. It has a bunch more rods on fire. Pokédex entry says, it wields flaming branches to dazzle its opponents before incinerating them with a huge fireball. Nothing crazy. I think it looks pretty cool. It just emphasizes its original look. Kind of like Chestnut. He kind of did the same thing here. I'll give this design maybe like 7 out of 10. I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely might want to shiny hunt it. I think it looks pretty cool. Pretty cool Mega. Mega Greninja. This one basically looks like Greninja upside down. I can see here that they did kind of take some notes from Ash Greninja, with its head being a little more emphasized and these mini shurikens on its legs. I think it's pretty cool, and they also incorporated some black coloring in it. I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, out of the 3 X and Y starters, I think this is the best Mega. Again, nothing super crazy about it, but I do like the Ash Greninja styling of it. I was a fan of Ash Greninja on the whole. I think it's a cool design. And I think it makes sense because Ash Greninja technically was a Mega. So they took some inspiration from it for sure. Its Pokédex entry says this Pokemon spins a giant shuriken at high speed to make it float, then clings to it upside down to catch opponent unawares. So yeah, I think this is my favorite one out of the 3. Definitely going to be trying to shiny hunt it if it's shiny huntable. And yeah, moving on. Mega Pyroar. Again, they just took a main and they just copy and pasted. I don't get it. It's like some Megas, they put, heart and soul into it. They put effort into it. And then you have some Megas like this, where it's just like they just copied and pasted another main on it. I don't get it. I think I give this design is definitely like a 4 out of 10. I'm not going to be crazy wanting to put this on my team. Its Pokédex entry says, this Pokemon spews flames harder than 18,000 degrees, Fahrenheit. It swings around its grand, blazing mane as it protects its allies. Yeah, I think this is a really boring Mega. Nothing much else to say here, but yeah, let's move on. Mega Eternal Floret. This is the Floret that was teased in the Legends Z-A trailer. It got a Mega Evolution. Basically, the original Pokemon stayed the same, but its flower just got huge. The Eternal Flower has absorbed all the energy from Mega Evolution. The flower now attacks enemies on its own. So yeah, looks like the flower just basically starts to take over and starts attacking things. Again, nothing crazy. I'd probably give it like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It just made the flower bigger. Nothing crazy to see. Moving on. Mega Malamar. As you can see, they probably put some thought and effort into this. I kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool. Its antenna are, it uses them to hypnotize its opponents and everything. Its big brain to emphasize its psychic abilities. I think it's pretty cool. I think this is kind of like what a Mega Pokemon should look like. Pokédex entry says it uses its colorful lights to overwrite the personalities and memories of others and to control them. Pretty cool. I think this design looks like what it's doing, and I think overall it's a good design. Give it an 8 out of 10. Mega Barbaracle. I think this is kind of like a weird choice for a Mega. I don't know who's in charge of choosing which Pokemon gets to be a Mega Pokemon, but I think definitely one of them was a Barbaracle fan. But This design kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you have any Majora's Mask players out there, but that form, and it has like the little head sticking out and it's doing like this little dance. Like, that's kind of what this design is giving me vibes of. I'm going to try and post a picture of what I'm referencing here. Um, it's now gained the fighting type. It says it uses its many arms to toy with its opponents. This keeps the head extremely busy. So it's now a rock and fighting type. That's interesting. I think it's a cool mega. Um, it's got a lot more arms and legs. Would I put this on my team? Probably not, but definitely I'd say I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It definitely looks like it could be a mega evolution. But yeah, let's move on. Mega Dragale. I'm a pretty, I'd say pretty decent Dragale fan. I think it's a pretty cool Pokemon. The first poison and dragon type. The design kind of goes off of its, I guess, kelp seaweed type of style look that it had. Its Pokédex entry says it spits a liquid that causes the regenerative power of cells to run wild. The liquid is deadly poison to everything other than itself. Yeah, I think it goes off of the original Mega design, and overall I give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Nothing crazy, but it does look cool. I honestly can see myself wanting to have it on my team. I love the dragon typing. I'm a dragon type fan, but I think it's pretty cool. I actually approve of it. I think it's about. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. I changed my mind. I give it like an 8 out of 10. I think it looks like a mega Dragale. Mega Hawlucha. This one was one of the designs that got revealed. Pokemon revealed. I think this is pretty cool. I actually really love the design. Pokédex entry says Mega Evolution has pumped up all its muscles. Hawlucha flexes to show off its strength. I think it's cool. It's fighting and flying. This is the usual typing I think it had. I could see myself possibly wanting to use this. I think I love the design and its confidence. Its ego is pretty cool. This one threw me for a loop because I know back in the day we've all had the Pokemon Gun references, but they kind of just proved that might have been in the background somewhere. There might have been like a file somewhere with the words Pokemon Gun, because they took your boy Zygarde, which was already a really, really cool Pokemon, and they just put a huge cannon on it. It says, in response to people's emotions during an unprecedented crisis, Zygarde Mega evolves and calms the situation with its unmatched power. Basically, it says, during like a big, with problems going on, it Mega evolves. And when everybody sees the gigantic cannon on its back, everybody's shut up. Everybody's like, whoa, take it easy, man. And they're just like, yeah, okay. And while Mega Zygarde is like, stop it. It's I don't love it. I give the design like a 6 out of 10. It just has a big cannon on its back. I mean, nothing crazy to see here in my opinion. It's pretty wacky, pretty funny. I'll give it some points for that, but yeah. But yeah, I think that design, I'm not a big fan of it. Mega Drampa. So you can see that they took a little bit of time with Drampa. I don't mind it. I actually think the Mega is pretty cool. Again, kind of a weird Mega to choose. I'm not sure why they left your boy Turtonator out. I think Turtonator Mega would have been actually pretty cool. But they chose to just give Drampa one, so I see the Turtonator fans have been left out, but it's okay. Pokédex entry says Drampa's cells have been invigorated, allowing it to regain its youth. It manipulates the atmosphere to summon storms. Overall, pretty cool Mega. The clouds go from white to black, showing that it's angry, it's a storm cloud instead of a regular one. Overall, I give the design about an 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty cool. I can see myself wanting to have this on my team. It still keeps the normal and dragon typing. So, yeah, I think overall a pretty cool Mega. Now we have Mega Phalanx. This design I think is really cute. It's showing that it has a sword and shield. Pretty cool reference to the game it originated from. And I really love that this little phalanx here is trying to hold up the bigger one. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. And then these little ones are its feet. It says Mega Phalanx has taken on the ultimate battle formation, which can be achieved only if the troopers in brass have the strongest of bonds. Makes sense, because if they were weak, they wouldn't be able to hold each other up. Overall, I'll give this design an 8 out of 10. I think it's actually pretty cool. And I think that's it. I think that's all of the megas that we went over. Overall, I did rate these last megas. I'm going to go ahead and give a quick rating to what I think these other ones are. Chandelier, I give a 4 out of 10. I don't know if I said that. Electros, I give a 9 out of 10. I really like Electros' mega. Mega Scrafty, I'll give like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy, but I do like the hood design on it. Mega Scolipede, I give like a 6 out of 10. Nothing crazy. Escadrille, I'd probably give like a 6 out of 10. They just give it bigger drills, nothing crazy. Embor, I'll give like a good solid like 7, 8 out of 10. I think it looks like a mega. I think it looks pretty cool. Frostlass, I give a 9 out of 10. I think the mega design on this really suits it. Looks really well. Skarmory, I actually give a 10 out of 10. I love Mega Skarmory design. It definitely looks like a super version of Mega Skarmory, so I definitely approve of Mega Skarmory's design. Mega Feraligatr with the shell down like this, I actually give a 10 out of 10. I love it. I really like the design and how this looks when it's down. However, when it's up, I give a 4 out of 10. It doesn't look good when it's up like this. It looks really goofy. It doesn't look that great. But when it clamps down like this, I think it looks really cool. Meganium, it just has some more flowers. I give it a 6 out of 10. Nothing crazy. Mega Dragonite, and has a big tail, a pearl, some wings on its head. I give it like a 7 out of 10 for the Dragonair reference, at least. Give it some points for that. Overall, I could see me running Dragonite. I like Dragonite as a Pokemon, but I think they could have done a little better. At least maybe made it blue. Take it a little further. I think that would have been pretty cool. Starmie, this abomination, I give a 2 out of 10. It's just weird. It's really goofy. I'll give it that. I'll give it some points. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I think it's pretty goofy. I give it some extra points for a laugh because it's definitely comedy. I mean, look at it. This is funny. And Victory Bell, I give it 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty cool. When they originally released the design of it, I thought it was kind of cool. I think it's kind of goofy, but I also think it kind of emphasizes the Pokemon itself and what it is about. And Mega Clefairy, Clefable, I'm sorry. I give a 7 out of 10. I like the wings. I think it looks pretty cool. Pretty basic Mega. But yeah, so these are my thoughts on all of the new Megas. I'm sure a lot of you out there have a lot of thoughts and opinions on these Megas yourself. And I would love to know. I actually wanted to create this video to, not only talk about my thoughts and opinions, but I also want to hear everybody else's own. So please go ahead down in the comments and let me know your opinions on these Megas. Let me know what you think about my opinions. If you agree, disagree, I'd love to know. Let me know down in the comments. And yeah, welcome to the channel. Definitely go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. And again, leave a comment down below. I would love to know what you guys think about the new Megas. And again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later.